Hello, friends. It's your girl, Venice Antoinette,
and Amber Monique,
here with another episode of
Sip
Sip
and
and Spill. And today we have a comeback series for you.
Yes. 6 Brown Chicks. We really enjoyed doing that, and you guys enjoyed it as well. So we are revisiting their questions of the week. We picked a few of them that we thought were interesting, and we're going to give our input. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right, so it's 6 Brown Chicks week. Let's get it started. So the first one goes a little something like this. Celebrating my 30th birthday at home with my girlfriend. We live together. I confess that it's time for me to settle down. She has hope in her eyes, acting nice, cooking, more sex. I'm here for the sex and food, but she's not the wife I deserve. How to explain this?
Child. First of all, what is your input on this situation?
Like, what? Like, that's just... why would you...
It's just a lesson in
That
settling.
is so, like, morally wrong.
Right.
Like...
Why would you waste time in a situation that you felt like you deserved better than?
And what do you mean by she's not the wife you deserve?
Cooking for
She's
you?
cooking for you. She's cleaning for you.
Yes, like you're content.
Obviously, the sex is good
Yeah.
because you were like, I'm here for the sex and the food. So
what do you deserve exactly? Is that just the case?
I mean, I guess it's more to a woman than that.
Of course.
But it's like...
Of course. But he didn't come with any complaints. But
yeah.
It's like, is this a case of someone settling, or is it a case of somebody not knowing when they have a good thing and just taking it for granted?
Yeah.
I guess we wouldn't really know.
Because I feel like this is similar to, like, the situation we had with our friend who FaceTimed us. And, like, for him, it was like he felt like she wasn't up to his standard, like, physically, looks-wise. So maybe that's what he means by, like, she's not the wife I deserve. But it's like...
That could be. But he's wasting her time.
Yeah, like, don't waste her time.
Because somebody thinks
our
that she
clocks are ticking. Like,
yes.
I said kicking. Ticking, people. They're ticking, 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 ticking.
They
like,
are. And somebody else...
But at the same time, like, I kind of gotta blame sis because you're treating this man like a husband with no ring. And that's a mistake I feel like a lot of women make.
That is a fact. Absolutely. And I feel like not even necessarily in the sense just to get the ring, like, oh, you'll never get it if you treat him that way. But also, that's just investing way too much of your time into somebody that is not a permanent fixture in your life. And I've been guilty of that before. Like, I've talked about, I thought I was with somebody I was going to marry. So, like, I invested way too much into the situation. Yeah. And it's just never healthy.
That's a lesson she got to learn, too. Like, hope you figure it out, sis. Because,
sis, she didn't even ask the question.
I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not even worried about him. Like, I hope she figures it out.
We're rooting for you. Boyfriend sleeps. I use his finger to unlock his phone. Saw a text from some chick saying her period finally came. He responds, we'll use condoms next time. I confront him. Him, as in, this is him saying this to her. I asked my homegirl to text that because I knew you were unlocking my phone. Thoughts? Did she even need that?
Like, men, yo, the lies that y'all come up with are just so hilarious. Like, really? So, I have 2 male best friends, and if they ever asked me to do what he quote-unquote said, I would never do that.
Exactly.
Like, that's not, I'm like, yo, I do not want them issues with your girlfriend. Like,
that's such a good point.
Yeah.
If it's actually your homegirl, why would she want to put herself in that situation?
Thank you.
It's
like,
crazy.
Exactly. Just for your girl to have more suspicions now of, like, because automatically when you have a friend of the opposite sex, whoever you're dating is going to have an issue with it. Regardless, like, so there's no reason to add injury to the wound. Like, it's like
that was the worst. I can't even give him an A for effort on that.
That was a F minus.
Yes,
that was a Z. Like,
could have come up with something better than. I mean, I don't know what you could have come up with. Honestly, you're pretty caught.
Right? Like, what? You can't be like, come on.
I'd be more pissed at you insulting my intelligence
and had the nerve to say that to me. Like, like, he really said verbatim. Let me reread this. Not the whole thing, but what he said. And then he had to put it in capital letters. I asked my homegirl to text that because I knew you were unlocking my phone.
So you wanted a problem, basically, is what you're saying.
Like, what?
If that was true, why
if you knew she was unlocking your phone, then why don't you just change your password? You can always delete fingerprints. Like, it's not that difficult. Like,
he's caught. Don't even give it a second thought of believing that. That's no.
Talking about some. We'll use condoms next. And that's the other thing too. Like, if he told his own girl to text that, why did he respond?
Exactly. You don't even need.
Like, I felt like it would have been fine if she just. I mean, it still would have been messy, but like him responding made it 10 times worse. Like, because him responding kind of clarified. Like,
and he plans for it next time.
Yeah.
Like, it's everything you need to see.
Right. Like, you wouldn't text your homegirl that. Like, and I don't see myself ever texting my homeboy like, bruh, phew, she came, man. I was worried, but like, what? Like, why would I do that?
Exactly.
No, they probably would be like, Venice, what's wrong with you? Like, you text the wrong number? Like,
no, seriously. It's a no.
So, yeah. My thoughts, because she asked thoughts, my thoughts is that you need to leave him be, honey, because he is garbage. Like,
throw the whole man away.
Throw him in the river. He gotta go. Like, he has to go.
He's done.
So, okay. Much older boss lady, she's sexy AF though, chased me around the job since day one. After she increased my hours on the schedule, I decided to give her what she wanted. Well, I threw her back out. I'm sorry. Well, I threw her back out. Her husband came to the job looking for me, and I don't know what to do. Help!
He needs help, for sure.
Bruh, first of all, did you know your boss was married? Like,
yeah.
But honestly, I can't blame him. He ain't married, so, I mean, I don't know, but according to this, he's the single one in the situation. Like, yeah, your boss, she's just trifling.
But that's very messy. That's, I guess... Yeah. Why it could be messy to date a superior, because like,
could you imagine that? Like, like just imagine like somebody's wife comes to your job busting in like, where's Amber at? Where's Amber at?
Exactly. You gotta think about those kind of things. If you're not worried about her being married, period.
I would lose it. Like, what?
The drama.
I'm just imagining like being at work and some dude I work with slept with one of my bosses and her husband comes in like, where is he at? I heard you threw her back out last night. Like, what?
The drama of it.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
But do you think, was he just trying to keep his job? Maybe he would have lost his job if he didn't give her what she wanted?
I mean, that's the messy part about sleeping with a superior. Like, because it seems like she was giving him more hours probably because she wanted it to just be him and her in the office. Because I'm assuming that, like, he was getting later hours. So,
Find a new job. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, I was going to say, help. My words of advice to you, young sir, is to quit your job immediately. File a restraining order against both of them. Not just him, the wife too.
And maybe you could get some money, actually.
Yeah, actually.
It's just the Me Too.
Invest in an attorney, you know. File harassment.
Yeah. Why not?
Especially if you didn't know she was married. Oh.
Yeah. Look at what she's got you doing. You writing in for help, stressed out, concerned about your employment.
Yeah, get some. You feel me? Talk to HR and figure out the situation. You go to HR, tell them you got an attorney on the way, then all of a sudden money starts popping up. So
that's all you gotta do.
That's actually, I didn't even think about that yet. Get some money out of this because you don't deserve this.
You don't.
Like, even if you did know she was married, you still don't deserve this because she's the one who's married. So.
Yeah, she was abusing her power.
Yeah. being a superior, taking advantage of a young
Yes.
man because she knows she look good.
It's wrong.
How did her husband find out?
Right? She must have been real sloppy. How did he find out?
And how did he know it was him?
It must have been his name tag or something.
His name tag!
That's all I could picture.
He probably went through her phone or something.
Yeah, but I mean, saw the name and then just looked for whoever had the name tag. Because how did he know it was him?
Yo.
Or maybe he said, point me to
Oh, man, yeah. That's messy. And the wife is like, girl, if you want to cheat on your husband, like, you got to be a little more strategic than that. Like, she obviously, like, was just out here in these streets. Like, she didn't care.
Yeah, she got caught.
Because I'm really trying to understand, how would he find that out? Like, I'm guessing she must have done this before because he popped up at her job.
Yeah, it must be a routine.
And I was going to say, that sounds like that's like he's truly invested in this marriage. He believes in, like, until death do us part.
Clearly.
Like, so, my advice to her is, like, girl, just stop torturing your husband, you know?
Yeah, my advice to her husband is maybe move on.
Yeah.
Like, why are you wasting your time going to her job?
I don't know y'all situation, but, like, I've never been married, but, like, that's just a lot going on.
It is.
It's too much drama for my life.
Yeah, if you're going to stay in it, then just stop going to her job. Like, it's no... What is that going to bring you?
Like, you going to go to her job to threaten one of her employees? That's going to make both of y'all lose income.
Yeah.
Because she's probably going to lose her job.
Right.
One, for sleeping with her employee. And two, because you busted in trying to find him.
Yeah, you got to be strategic.
I'm really just imagining this whole scene in my head. Like, I'm just sitting at my desk. Doo-doo-doo. Boom! Where's Jacob? You're Jacob!
Oh, that would make
like,
my
what
day.
would you do? You should be like...
Right, just sitting there. That would make my day.
Yeah. That reminds me, because I know, like, one of my, I'll say she's one of my friends. She had told me this story about how she was dating, she's bisexual, but she was dating this girl. And she didn't know the girl had a girlfriend.
Okay.
And so the girlfriend came to the job looking for my friend, and she sat in the parking lot until her shit was over.
Are you serious?
It's not funny, but like,
oh my god.
So my friend calls me, and I'm like on the phone with her, and she's like, I don't know what to do. Like the girl was literally standing outside of her car, like waiting. So they ended up calling security on her. But I was like, just imagine that. Like somebody is sitting in the parking lot, like, because she tried to come in, but they wouldn't let her in.
Yeah.
So she was like, okay, and was sat in the parking lot and waited for her.
People rolling up on people's jobs.
And she's like, I didn't even know she had a girlfriend. I'm like,
oh my
girl,
God.
You can't be trusting these hoes, man. Like,
you can't. But it's never worth to roll up on somebody's job. Like, come on. So she got, the security took her away, but she didn't get, like, I guess she didn't do anything, so they didn't
they didn't arrest her. They just, because, like, she didn't get the chance to do anything, but they made her leave. But when she left, she did go, like, she was trying to, like, figure out where my friend was at. So she was, like, stopping at, like, the gas station she knows that she normally would go to.
That's crazy.
Oh, it was crazy. Like, it was a hot mess.
Oh, my God.
This is actually, now that I think about it, it's a lot of girls, because I mean, I take that back. I've heard of guys doing crazy stuff like this, but not necessarily to, like, the dude who...
Right.
Like, I've seen, like, I've even had dudes pop up on me before because I didn't speak to them for, like, a few days. And they just popped up because they thought that was a great idea. Like, that didn't come off crazy.
That's a terrible
That you just
idea.
drove to my house, knocked on the door, came in, and just... didn't tell me you were on your way. Didn't say, like, that is crazy to me.
It's
but I've heard worse of, like, I remember one of my friends, she called me, wow, she drove like 45 minutes to her boyfriend's house.
Right.
Called me while she was sitting in the parking lot, like, So I'm deciding whether I should go up to the door or not because I feel like I'm crazy. I'm like, well, you already made it this far. Like, you know, why not? Like, you know, why waste the trip? Like, I'm not gonna lie, you are crazy, but like, you might as well finish the job.
Hey.
So she goes up, she's like peeking through the windows, trying to see if there's any lights on. She's like looking underneath the like crevices of the door, trying to see whatever. She rang the doorbell and then ran to the side of the house to see if like he tried to turn a light off or something. Like, it was ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll figure it out.
yes, and I'm like, well, you know, you came this far, so why not finish the job? So then he never answered, so she sat in the car for hours,
Oh.
and he never came home. Like, it was crazy.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
I've done some crazy things on the back end. I've never popped up anywhere. All my stuff was like PI work, like
Yeah.
logging in and hacking it.
And I participated in crazy action because I remember my cousin was dating this guy, and we later found out that he was married, but he had gone MIA on, like, him and my cousin were in a relationship for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
And she never knew he was married. It was the weirdest thing in the world. I remember, I think I told you this story. So my cousin asked me to drive, because he wouldn't know my car, so she asked me to drive to his house, sit outside for a few minutes, and then go around the block. So I literally was driving around this fool's neighborhood, like, on the phone with her. She was like, what do you see? Do you see this car, this car, da, da, da? I'm like, no. She's like, okay, we'll just sit there for a few minutes. I'm like, are you, okay. And I'm just on the phone with her. She's like, I can't believe this fool. Da, 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 da. He better be home. He better pop up. So then she's like, all right, drive around the block 3 times. I'm like, 3 times, huh? Like, and I literally drove around the block 3 times. Yes, like, and I came back, and I think his mom came out, but his mom doesn't know me.
Right.
So she was like, just yell his name and see what happens. I'm like, see, this is too far. No, I was like, this is too far. Click, and I drove off. Like, I was like, I already feel crazy right now. Like, and this ain't even my man. Like, some scream his name and see what happens. I'm like,
She was really reaching. Oh my God.
Yes, like, she was mad. So,
hey, we may not have all been that far, but we all been that mad before.
yeah.
So I can
mean,
understand.
we've taken it there, you know, a few times. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, so in that sense, sir, we know how you feel, because I can only speak from a female's perspective, because I feel like women are more likely to do pop-ups like that.
Right.
So it's not worth it, you know?
No.
Like, it's really not worth it. Just let her go.
Live your best life. Move on. Enjoy
Yeah.
your peace. Find your peace.
Oh, we're not even talking to the person who wrote it. To the guy who wrote it, like we said. I was gonna say, we addressed the wrong person in all 3 scenarios. So yeah, to the gentleman who actually wrote the story, like we said earlier, get an attorney, have them go to HR with you, and get paid.
Yeah.
Get paid, young. Get paid. Get paid. Get paid.
Might as well.
So, that wraps up today's episode. Thanks so much for watching. Let us know if you want us to continue this series, because we love reading the 6 Brown Chicks Twitter account with all of these crazy scenarios. Also, make sure you check out our Insta story where we be asking you if you need any advice, or let us know any topics that you may have for us on Instagram at Sippin' Spills. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up. Subscribe to us on SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I think I hit everything. So, with no further ado, thanks again for watching. Until next time, deuces.